power. It's Luminosity versus United.
Oh, let's get into this one, Momo. LG, our most recent Global Open champions. They walked away with a win in Birmingham, and I'd love to see them try and do the same here in Seattle. Start this one off with Fellow, the new addition to United, managed to pick up a few bit of seconds, gets 2 kills in the back for that one, and now Luminosity in control of the cave, just flips back over to United, and already it's a bit of a war between these two teams. Yeah,
and straight away what I'm liking straight away from United is that aggression straight onto the cave. You've got Arsteez ruling this middle, if you like. He was 5-0 before he finally goes down, and we talked about this roster. If I'm being completely honest, I thought we would see a bigger change in this squad. I didn't think it was just a one-person swap that we would come and see, but of course there's a lot that goes behind the scenes, you know, the contracts and everything in between, but we are set, and United have replaced Silly for Fellow now, and we'll see how he does this series alone. But Luminosity, we have to say it, they were shocked previously against Complexity, and now we're going to see them go toe-to-toe with United. But rotation going down, we're going to see Luminosity with around a 15-point lead going into this one. But Ruins firmly in control, I would say, for Luminosity. But look at that breakthrough in the middle there. That's coming from Fellow, the new player on the roster. Let's see what he can do.
Oh, he's going to be taken care of there by John. John finds his way in, finds 2, almost a 3rd there. So beautiful work from John, the MVP of Birmingham, of course. And well deserved. Here we are on board with the United. Pristini now watching the flank, watching the rear. Octane will be knocking on that door. He has a bit of help from JCap. Pristini, though, trailed sights on that push. Can't make it work. And Octane, like that, straight in through the front door. Here comes LG. 4 players flanking their way through. Octane finds a 2nd. That's going to be a very solid retake. Clean and efficient. Not a single death found between the 4 of them. And as you can see, United now being pushed quite cleanly out of the hard point. 7 kills in a row now, or 7 kills, sorry, for Pristini. Slackton, I mean, this is huge. We got 2 kills for Slackton in a row, 2 kills for JCap in that one. So Luminosity really coming in hard there on the Ruins, claiming it for themselves.
Yeah, and you got to talk about this rotation. Normally you see Octane kind of dominating that top stairs towards Ruin, but he's rotated, he's kind of controlling the middle now, controlling the pace, and, you know, just the actual sheer fact that where United can and can't go, he's cutting all of Cabin off, and we're going to stay on board with him now. He's going to see Pristini, not going to be able to finish him off as he does get tagged, but what he does do, slows him down, puts some damage in. And he's going to be flanked from behind. Can he find 1? He'll find 2, but he's not able to take anyone out. In fact, Arsteez going to give Luminosity a little helping hand there, but still battling back. LG had that spawn, and they're going to retain this bunker. 37 seconds left, Mile. They could technically cross over the triple-digit mark here, but United trying to stop that.
Yeah, Slacked. He's doing the best he can in the back end here. He has 1 player with him, John. Slacked, Spidey senses were tingling, and he takes care of that 1 player behind him, but John's just been overwhelmed in the bunker. 2 players now making their way forward. Slack, though, continuing this run. 3 kills in a row for him. Halfway towards Streaks, not too far off, and that's going to help the campaign for Streaks, as is this diving into the hard point. That's an extra 100 points. He's moments away now from getting those Streaks to work with. Incredibly helpful here on the Forest.
And again, you've got to think United, yes, they bring a new player in, and yes, it's kind of like for like with Silly and Fellow, but, you know, this does kind of change just the way the team plays. You know, you're used to Silly pushing one way, and, you know, Fellow just takes a different route, and it does throw you off guard. So hopefully they're able to adapt, but right now, LG, 55 points in the lead. United in control of East Road, but Slacked looking to creep on in, finds himself in the cabin. He's going to take 1 from behind. That's going to be Streaks. He's going to find the 2nd. He might need help from this, but the machine pistol not enough as Clayster finds his 4th kill of the game. And United, they stay in control for now as the hill is neutralized. Grenades in abundance.
Glad you called out that kill from Clay, actually. It's the 2nd kill in a row. He's not exactly had the strongest start to this one. Well, with Luminosity not quite at that 100-point mark, he's still lagging in from behind slowly but surely. But here's a player who certainly is an Arsteez. 11 and 9 for him right now as he takes control of Cabin. East Road's only got 20 seconds left on it, and it does look like LG are going to be in a prime position to at least keep the players of United outside of the hard point and manage to maintain the lead they have for the time being. LG holding true here. Arsteez being the real thorn in the side there of those players as we are about to flip back over the hard point. The engagement's now going down in mid. And still, United, they may have the kills, but they do not have the points.
I'd love to see this STG battle as well. Arsteez and Octane, they're going to be going toe-to-toe all series long. But if you look at Fellow from an individual point, he's putting in a shift right now. It's going well for him as he finds another double. That's a 2-kill streak. He will be trying to battle back through the middle. JCap has that long-range weaponry on him. Same for Prestini, actually, but pressing players. Here's going to be Glacier again. That machine pistol coming in handy for him as he starts to warm up, starts to heat up into the cave now in E United, trying to get the remainder of this scrap point. The question is, do Luminosity go for another push? Do they start to rotate round? Judging by that minimap, we're seeing those blue arrows push in. John's going to find one. John will find the second, a double headshot for him, as now he is going to fall to Fellow, and we're going to see that fight for Ruins on the lower side of the minimap.
Yeah, here we go. It's a 2v3 push at this point. It looks like that player number 4, John, if he gets in there in time, he might be able to help out, but Arcee's holding those players back. You can see the stun grenades over the top. John finds an opening, makes his way through. Prestinni as well. Octane now trading back and forth. It's actually 3 for Prestinni. He manages to take on 3 of them and still come out. Oh, he does get taken down in the end there, but look at that. Luminosity, well controlled. And this could be a Mortar Strike to take care of those players coming through mid. This could work out for Slacked in a big way. Here they come, down on top. He's taking care of the players pushing plat, and look at that. Clayster is now going to make his way through. Slacked continuing the run. He's winning gunfights on the ground while taking care of the streaks as well. Huge play from LG, but United now, Momo, back in this one. It was a big lead deficit to begin with, but now they're slowly but surely creeping back into it.
Yeah, score streaks don't really come into play there. They are obviously going to make United a little bit hesitant. However, Clayster, for me, definitely stepping up. He had a very slow start. Now just to find his groove, and that 50-point lead has been narrowed down to just 15. LG still looking for that triple-digit number, 99 and counting here as we rotate through now to the bunker. This is where LG have a great setup, but United have these 10 seconds to start to push out, and Clayster's in a perfect position. He may have been spotted. We'll go Slacked on the flank. Cap's actually going to deal with him. Perfect setup now for LG, and no streaks in the hands of United.
Cap just completely skinned Clayster alive there. He didn't stand a chance. He was dead before he hit the floor, and now Fellow, he and the boys of United desperately trying to make their way forward. That's an important kill. Taking care of Slack there, watching the forest, and then we have the push right through the middle. Fellow again wants just JCap clearing house once again. Prestinni now trying to come over the top, but John's there. Look at the aggression from LG. No fear whatsoever, forcing those players of the United back. And now, as they try to come forward once again, pushing out through cabin, Prestinni's going to be the first in. Octane watching those players on mid now as well. And this is an important hit, taking care of Prestinni, taking care of the streaks he may have had. And as you can see, United, they're well and truly in now. Bayonets out, going for the charge. And as you can see, we've got Luminosity hanging in there as best they can. John, the last line of defense.
Yeah, John with a huge double kill just to prevent anything. Now he gets the contest in, and what he makes is that 25-second mark go down to around 15, which United should be able to clean up here, which is great. We're going to see them actually get back into the game. Not only back in the game, they should be able to at least level the playing field as long as that player Clayster does stay on that hill. But wisely decided, United have rotated back to the cabin. We all know this East Road hill, this middle hill is all about that cabin control. Octane and Cap combining with the STG in the middle now. Arcee's forced to back down. The grenades are going to be coming through thick and thin, and now you're going to see Fellow and Prestinni. Interesting thoughts here. Fellow, he's now rocking the STG, Miles.
Changing over, mixing it up. Can he make something of it? His teammate gets taken care of in mid. Now he's desperately hanging on. Ears are ringing, and he's backing up very wisely. He still has Fellow on the back end, watching logs. So now the players making their way forward. Fellow holding the line as best he can. Arcee's with 2. It's 5 kills in a row for him. 3 kills in a row for Fellow now. Streaks being worked upon bit by bit. Luminosity may have control for now, but that's important that flushing the player out means that Arcee can get in there if he can get a kill out of this. Still picking up points, getting away with his life. He's certainly working towards streaks right now, and it's going to work out for him if he can get at least one more kill, one more point. But John, we've got him making the flank right now. Arcee's, this could be the end of it. Fellow's there to take care of him, so the streaks are going to be living for now. And there it is. That could be it. Could that be the swing moment now in this series, Phil?
Well, 1 streak's great, but 2 and 3 would be even better. Arcee's, the fact he's still alive is still fantastic. Fellow's on a 4 streak as well, don't forget that. But no ammo available. He's going to find the assist. There he is, and he's going to find himself another kill. Arcee's the player which a lot of people said the team should be built around this man. He's going off right now at a positive 12. Still on those streaks, we're going to see glide bombs come in. That's actually coming from the players themselves, but Prestinni's going to be collecting the points. United now have the lead. They have the preferred position. Luminosity, they're in trouble.
Here comes the swing. This could be it. United now holding on. You can see the position. There's one player about to make his way in. Octane versus Prestinni, one-on-one, mono-y-mono. Holding in. John's peeking. Prestinni with a bit of help from Arcee's. Over the top. Can't make the kill work. Clay now gets taken care of. That's a huge turn from Luminosity now. Managed to pump the brakes on United's progress. Slack now getting ready for the next hard point. He's about to hit 3 members of United. 1 player coming through mid as well. Handles him in a big way. Now he's got to deal with the rest of them. Over the top. Arcee's though. Look at this. Rain it down. 3 in a row. That's going to cut the legs out of the push there. And now you see Luminosity once again back on the back foot. Fellow pushing the line forward. Fellow again. Can't manage to make that one work, but strong work here from United. Only though 10 points in the lead despite all those kills, Momo.
Yeah, Fighter Pilot coming in does obviously give the Knowledge to Luminosity. There's other streaks on the board as well with a swap, obviously, of the score numbers, but 170 plays 150 right now. E-United, they are dominating here. We are going to see again 30 kills for Arsties and Fellow and Pristini as they all hit those all-important numbers, but Fellow, that aggressive play getting up close and personal. Pristini on the flank, again rocking that STG, but Felony causing problems. We're seeing glide bombs come down. E-United, they're trying to clean this one up. My goodness, what is going on, Miles?
Well, I don't know, but why don't we listen to the boys and find out with a quick Astro listening with E-United.
New weekend on one side.
I got one side, no, back door. I netted in.
Back door. Watch it, fire. Fireman.
I don't see him.
I'm pushing up.
There's one bullet behind the tank. I got him.
Two middle.
Oh, that's my fault.
I'm holding time.
I got time.
Hitting middle.
I got time. Watch middle of the back.
Fire tank, one's you. You watch out. There's two fire. There's three middle. That's one out, guys.
Come get Hill.
I have your fire. Two fire. They, one hit fire to the right weak. And one's Cabinelli on me. Two front. One came for fire.
One
shot in the back. Octane's in the back, one shot. There's two in the back.
John got me front. John's going cabin. Yeah, so he's going cabin. He's inside
John's
cabin.
weak. Trips wall. No, he's not. He's trips wall.
Go around the back.
I'm on cabin.
He's trips wall. Another one went to first. First hard point weak. I hit him a couple times.
One's in the back.
He's weak. I hit him. One last guy in hill. Oh my god, one shot.
I got one shot in the back.
I'm gonna push up with you here then.
John was super weak in there. John was super weak.
Weak, he's weak. Alec, nice.
Let's go.
I'm turning around. I'm gonna come middle. I'm giving up wood. I'm not going wood.
Yo, he's like Kevin Alley, dead.
No one by me first.
First dead.
Kevin Alley.
Yo,
I'm trying to really weak. Guys, one back. You guys wait. Come nice.
One shot.
One cabin. One is cabin.
I'll get middle.
Yeah, let me.
John's gonna go fire, guys.
Well. E-United looking pretty strong. 36 and 22 for Arcides. He's going huge. Fellow's having a lot of fun as well at 34 and 22. And what can be said, Phil? I mean, this is a solid team change. This has worked out for them. Luminosity are just looking a little flat compared to the new changes that E-United have made.
Yeah, and don't forget Pristini, he's currently rocking 67 interactions. The guy's on fire right now, but you look on the flip side, look at John. He's just as many, even if more, but Luminosity, they're trailing around 50 points. They are in control of East Road, and if they're going to change the game, it needs to be now. John has just hit 40 kills. He's got the most kills, most deaths in the lobby. This guy's going off right now. He's keeping them in the game, but E-United, they're most favorable, of course, to take this right now. You see Cap working towards those streaks. He's trying to find himself a glide bomb, and we're going to be heading to the cave. Now, Luminosity, they've flipped the tables here. They have control of the cabin wall, and Octane, we know how dangerous he can be, Miles.
Once he's dug in, he's very difficult to get out like a big old tick, and that's not the nicest thing I could say about him, but you know what? It's the truth, and here we go. One chance now. Luminosity on the flip. They have control for the time being. Here comes the United. Mortar strikes out, shots in, no kills. Octane in the back, dealing the damage as best he can. Arcees now, he's hoping for that pick, hoping to take care of those streaks. Octane, he's going to get it done. JCap, though, these streaks are going to help push the tide back, but United 10 points now for the win. There's a chance now. Slacked has to make his way forward, but he can't have PPSH. He's getting gunned by Arcees. There's a few more moments now, and this could well be map number 1 for E-United.
E-United off to a good start here, but LG already falling behind in this series as well. A slow start to the day, a slow start to this series. What was it for you though, Chance? Was it E-United playing very well, or is it LG playing slow?
Little column A, little column B. E-United Arcees played like a monster. Pristini and Felony, I think, kind of had a field day. Like, yes, Clay had a slow start. He brought it back. So those are the good things for E-United, but LG, their streak usage was very, very rough. I know at the tail end, JCap picked up 2 with the mortars, but like, didn't even effectively clear out the hill. Like, they weren't the proper use. You see the glide bomb, didn't kill the guy inside the hill, picks up a player that actually died by gunfire. And then earlier on, there was a moment where Slack calls in mortars, and it's on that ramp side hill, and then they get nothing out of it. Like, he had about 10 seconds where he could have just gone and picked up the hill himself to get some time, but neglects to use that, takes a long time to call in the mortars, and then gets nothing out of it. E-United regains control of the hill, and that's time that LG could have got. You get in those power positions and you know, get the kills. Like, Slack was starting off great, tries to use the streaks, get nothing out of it. So 3 streaks used, nothing gained, and what was it, a 30-point game in the end? Difference maker in my mind.
Yeah, definitely. And guys, at home, we want to make sure that all of you know exactly what's been going on in this tournament. Let's take a look at our updated pools. This is going to have its impact, but also we want to think about everything that these teams have already gone through. Looking right now, this is going to be Pool A, and as you can see, some teams starting to rise to the top. Echo Fox, this has been one of the best roster changes I think we could have hoped to see, Phil.
Yeah, I mean, Echo Fox, you saw the roster change come in, and I think Echo Fox, again, are a team that has a very high ceiling, and we thought that with the original Echo Fox, we think that with the new Echo Fox, and it's just making sure that they can click, making sure that they're working together and on that same page. And honestly, I think that they can be a very consistent team. They just need to find their groove. And hopefully, Seattle is where it's at because, of course, we know Anaheim around the corner, champs as well. It's all starting to get a little bit more important. And Echo Fox, I feel they can become a very consistent top team.
I'm pretty sure that they're happy with that first win as well.
Of course.
Particularly good matchup for them, but moving along, we got a few more pools to get through. Pool B, this is a pretty difficult one to be in for, you know, honestly, who do you think is going to rise to the top here? I think it's starting to become clear.
Look, this one, let's be honest, man, this is the Revolutionary War all over again. This is the United Kingdom taking an absolute cream in there. I think Unilad have got a chance to maybe bounce back, but I think Epsilon are just, they're a little deflated right now. I think that the losses that they've taken today have stung a little bit more than others in the past. And I've got hope for the Europeans in that group, but at the stage I'm at now, in the kind of devastation and fanboydom, I think it's going to be an OG top finish there.
Well, you know what we need then? We need Vitality, the French, to be the reinforcements for the North Americans as the open bracket team, because there's a lot of potential in that Group C, or in the Group B, excuse me. Pool C, though, the storyline in my mind, it's got to be Complexity. They come out, new roster almost entirely, and they take the series off of LG, put themselves on top with a great map count as well. Obviously, United is going to try and match that, but I'm impressed. I've been very impressed by Complexity so far.
Momo, you've looked so confused through all these jokes. Have you ever opened a history book in your life?
Yes, I have, Rich.
Did you read it, though?
That is another question, okay. Which, you know, we'll start with one question
Let's
at a time.
Let's just move into Pool D.
One question at a time.
Let's just move into Pool D.
What yeah, talk about Call of Duty. That's more my thing, you know?
Let's look at Pool D. Let's try to keep it nice and simple on the desk for our friend Momo. Momo, would you like to talk about Red Reserve?
Say that again, sorry, Rich.
Would you like to talk about Red Reserve?
I don't know. After that insult, I'm not sure.
All right, so
no, I do want to talk about Red Reserve. I do, because
okay.
I'm not happy, honestly. They came in. I looked at this group, and I thought Red and Splice, they can come top 2. They come in, and I feel like, you know, TK gave the hands to Red, and Splice obviously losing out to Red. It's just like, for me, all over the place. I don't like what I'm seeing in that pool. Pool C.
Now, Momo, and on this map, on good old Valkyrie, we'll see just what these teams can bring. LG looking a little flat, looking a little deflated compared to the vigor and the excitement of the boys of United. And hey, man, I don't really know where to go with this one.
It's a difficult one. I think we've got a game in our hands which could go the whole distance. Luminosity are a team which, for me, they've been so consistent throughout the year. This is, yeah, a bit of a hiccup on Friday. We've already seen them take a tough one, but I can see this going Game 4, Game 5 minimum. We are going to, of course, a search and destroy on Valkyrie. Now, this is what we've seen Luminosity be very, very good on. The likes of John has always been phenomenal. They got their reps in, obviously, at the Pro League as well. We saw them conquer Birmingham, you know, and using this map to do so. We're going to have to see if they can do it now. And as I ramble on, 3 players already down. 2 for either side now, as that's 4. 60 seconds left on the clock, Miles. And now we're seeing JCap, the pre-fire coming in. He senses one. It's going to be Felony. Not needed as the teammate comes in. LG take round number 1.
Solid work there from LG. I mean, as you called it, you're like, oh, look, the 3 players are already dead. I thought we were going to see a little bit more out of that one, but you've got to call the positioning here between Octane and JCap. They played the vent room so well. 2 angles taken care of, not really giving the players of United a chance to really come back in that engagement. So solid work from them. First round on the board.
Kicking things off. I'm really interested as well because obviously Fellow as a player, you know, we talk about how good he is on an individual basis of Search and Destroy and what he brought to obviously the Splice lineup when he filled in. And I believe, you know, they really kind of fed off of that. I think Splice played well. They enjoyed playing with him. He's a really easy player to play alongside. And he's already got himself 2 kills. No rounds, but already showing why he's been picked up here.
There we go, John opening this up with a big kill. You see JCap on your screen. He picked up a kill in the first round as well. Still alive and kicking at this point. John still going. Big work there from JCap over the top. JCap finding a 3rd there, so that's 3 this round. Arsty's last player left for United. JCap could get the full ace here if he can get in this one. He's going to rearm and get back into the engagement. There it is. Luminosity clearing up 2 rounds in a row.
Okay, well, the hard point, it was a tough one there, but of course, seeing how strong they can be. Even the map and mode combination sometimes when it does favor a team, you can look at all the stats and then everything to align it. When you've got a brand new team and things have changed a little bit. Talking of change, wow, okay, that's the first time I've seen that. That is spectacular. You know, you can looks like they're preparing to drop John.
It's either getting dropped or he's getting carried, and neither of these things are great.
He's the MVP, let's be honest. 2-0, but jumping back on board right now, round 3. Luminosity, they're going to go for the clean sweep. This is a strategy we've seen LG do time and time again, a very fast and aggressive B push, but it looks like United are aware to it. We've seen the grenades come over, Pristini's taking damage. Clayster edging around with a sniper, not going to be able to connect there. There's things tied up, a grenade either side.
I like the adjustment with Snipe, I like that play, but again, Clay, unless they are about to walk into his aim, he's not going to be able to make much out of this. Go for the quick scope, can't find that player flying through the doorway, and JCap comes back for seconds, and he's greedy, but you know what? He deserves it, and now it's all down to Arcitys. Luminosity have played this one extremely well, and Arcitys desperately trying to find a kill through the wall there, but now he's pinned. He's trapped, and he's got 2 players in the front. He's got somebody hitting the flank now as well. That's JCap going in through the back door. There's the execution. All he had to do was hold him still, hold him in place, and they could put him down comfortably, and that's a 3rd round in a row for LG. Yeah, keyword desperately. I think he was just clutching at straws, trying to find something from that. There's one player working towards Streak. I think it might be Octane or Cap, or even both of them at this point, to be honest. Those 3 rounds have all blurred into one, and LG coming out on top. All I can see is John just chilling in the background. It's really distracting. However, absolutely love it. Everyone having some fun, and that's what it's about. United, though, is their fun over? Map 1, of course, went in the hands of United if you missed it. Map 2, LG, they're walking away with it right now. 5-0 for JCap, 6-0 for Octane. Yeah, Pristini's no fun, no kills yet. 3 deaths for him, and not a single in the good pile. You can see JCap not far away from streaks. Octane 6-0, he could actually have streaks now to work with, not too far off either, so here we go. Into round number 4, and it's a very tight hold there on the A-bomb site. John finding that one over the top from up high, a second. And this is just devastating work here from LG. I mean, really, JCap.
They're gonna. It just couldn't be going any worse. They got all the kills. They even get a free defuse. Why don't you just give them more streaks at this point here? We're gonna see a couple either side. Cap and Octane running away with this one, but it looks a little bit fishy, obviously, on the scoreboard. You've seen the bait come in from the other 2 players, and you know it is just perfect playstyle from LG. And this again is what we saw from them at Birmingham on this map, and also the Pro League. They're probably the most practiced team on LAN. That's kind of a stat I've just pulled out of nowhere, but I'll take it.
It sounded very legit. If they've got, they're the best Valkyrie S&D team in the league right now, Phil, I'll run with that one, because look at this, 4-0.
Most practiced.
Most practiced, let's say. Let's say practiced. Clay's going back in for Snipe. 5th round, Cap's got tagged. John's finally been taken care of, so that's the start. Fellow getting that kill. Octane those shots in. There's an aggressive push now towards that A-bomb site, and it looks like they're maybe committing for this one. There's a flank happening. Pristini's going to be answering that one. This is Octane. There he is from behind. JCap, beautiful work, fully streaked. Again, not the most influential streaks on a map like Valkyrie, but nonetheless, damage can be dealt with them to be used as a kind of deterrent or some way of flushing those players out of solid positions. Final 50 seconds on the clock, and it's all on dear JCap.
I'm just wondering if LG are going to win this game without Slack getting a kill at this moment. Oh, JCap will spot Arcitys, and my goodness. I tell you what, makes a 1v3 or 1v2. Surely not, 9-0.
Do you think he saw Clay in the window? Do you think he caught a glimpse of him there? Because there's a chance, and now he's actually going for the full relocation. Clayster, though, set up in the street. Fellow there down, also making his way around. He could catch him transitioning, and this could sting Clay. He might find him. He just caught a bit of hip, and now he's got him. JCap. 10 kills in a row.
Uh-oh.
This is it.
Doesn't connect. We are going to see Fellow back and forth, but he has the position over the barrels, and we're going to see a 1v3. Oh, Cap coming in, smiles all around, and you know what? Literally smiles around everyone, just in awe of just what JCap's done. The positioning, the movement, the precision there from JCap, beautiful. And now we sit LG 5-0. I don't know, we need to check the scoreboard right now, because the streaks that they have, the score that it is, we may as well start the CTF up, I feel.
This ain't right, Momo. This just ain't right. You got to hand it to Cap there. I mean, amazing work to isolate those 1v1 engagements and put himself in a position where he was only dealing with 1 player at a time. And even then, it was the only 1v1 gunfight he really needed to handle was by the truck. And now off to a blistering start from the boys of LG again. Slack finding the first one, Fellow answering back quickly. Fellow actually finding a second and a third. So wait a minute. Fellow, if he can get JCap, that's the ace.
They bring Fellow in for the search and destroy. Looks like he's been needed here, but we're going to see the turn there, and wow. Sigh of relief from EU United there. Arcitys is the one to pick up the final kill. We're just going to put a pause on that capture the flag, Miles. Maybe I've just jinxed that one. Sorry, LG fans.
I will say that in that engagement, Arsteez, he's been shooting hot. He was great in the Ardennes hardpoint, but there was a few moments where I was like, oh my God, it's going to happen. Oh my God, JCap, don't do it again, not another 1v3. Still, here we go. Round 7. See how we go. Arsteez saving the day for his team in that last one. JCap finally with a death to his name, 12 kills still on the bank, streaks to work with. Could unleash them here. And Fellow once again proving his search and destroy dominance. Such a great awareness, again leading the charge for his team, 8-6. Clay and Prestinni, 1-6 each.
Yeah, Fellow's got 8 of the 12 kills for his team at the moment. Now we're going to see streaks be used. He's pushing Prestinni in, straight into the line of Octane, who eats him up. 3v2 right now. Cap needs to get behind the barrel, but no, it's Fellow once again. He's finally going to be taken down in a 2v1. You've got to favor Luminosity, but Alec, he's shooting hot, and Octane gets taken out. Now a 1v1, Slacked versus Arsteez. Both players revealing their location. 40 seconds on the clock. The question is, what does Slack do here? Because he does have the bomb. He's getting wildly aggressive here. He's just running at him.
I'm loving this. It's like a 1v1, and he knows exactly where he is. He goes for the charge. He engages twice, fully knowing where the Arsteez was. He could have been in a hit spot, taking care of that shots. And again, Arsteez played that very well. He knew that Slacked was coming for blood. They've got rounds to burn right now, Momo.
Yeah, and it's kind of you know, why not? It's a 1v1. Sure, I'm running at him. I'm taking him down. Play confident. Alec, Arsteez, should I say, just backing down, clutching up. And again, I will repeat, we're going to put a pause on that CTF.
Oh, no. It's a long pause now. It's getting a little awkward.
Places it shouldn't be. And for LG, you cannot throw this away. They were 5-0 up. They were a combined, I believe, 20-3 between 2 players.
I'm pretty sure they can throw this, Phil. I'm pretty sure that this is a game that is easily thrown, especially when United are playing like this. John, an early kill. Quick, instant reaction there. Slack finds another one. It's a 2v3 right now. LG with the numbers, and these games are going fast. It's hard to call this one. In from behind, actually, Octane was doing work there. Clay's desperately trying to make something work, and it's that position from Octane from above. Clay finds one on the turn. Octane's not having it. It's a quick trade. It's a 1v1. Prestinni versus JCap.
Luckily for Prestinni, JCap is nowhere near him. Opposite sides of the map, bomb in hand. And again, this will be another 2v3 in favor of United to do it, to push it to around 11. Almost unthinkable here. Bear in mind, 22 interactions here for fellow JCap at 19. Players nowhere near each other at this given time. There's only 30 seconds, Miles. The question is, does he plan or does he search and literally destroy?
Here we go. As you can hear Rich Campbell cackling in the distance, as he rather enjoyed that one. Prestinni now. 20 seconds left. The bomb site at B has been checked. Can JCap get there in time, or will he just commit to the retake? No, he's on, he's running, he's moving forward. Prestinni's got the bomb down. And with that now, the hunter may become the hunted. Prestinni versus JCap. They're ringing around the rosy. And one of these players is going to drop dead momentarily, but JCap actually going for the full rotation. Prestinni, if he times this right, he caught a glimpse.
And don't forget as well, he's still got that stun in his back pocket. 20 seconds left here. JCap, he has to get the diffusion again. Just getting that line of sight. 15 seconds. He's got to play with him now. Toy with him. Run away. Lie down. Use the stun. Hipfire comes in, and we're going to see around 11 United coming from the deep, dark depths here.
What is going on, man? This was 5-0.
I'm just going to apologize. I think it was my fault.
You called it, man. You said, we're going to put a post. We're going to put a halt on that CTF. And oh, my goodness. Is this a full sail? I think I heard Merc say that once, where you go straight down 6 in a row. Chance, can I confirm?
It's 5 down and 6 back. It's full sail all over again. As
and that face history in the corner.
Yeah.
That says it all right there. Top left of your screen. What am I seeing? Round 11. E-United, can they pull this one out of the bag? 6 straight rounds after being down by 5.
Be a bit of a sucker punch if they lost this one now after 5 back-to-back, and now we're going to see the bomb in Arsteez's hands. The question! The time's ticking down, I'm not sure. 1. Oh my goodness, Luminosity! The clutch factor. Wow. Wow.
No way. No way!
What kind of search and destroy is that? 5 back-to-back for either squad. And then a 1v2 from Octane. He almost fumbles the bomb.
Right.
I can't believe it.
Right, here we go again, once more. Octane put himself in a very, very tough situation. But again, this back window by the bomb site has been just a kill spot. And Prestinni was there. He had him trailed, but he couldn't finish the kill. And watch that clock, because this is where things get really messy. He engages him at 10 seconds. It's literally on the 9.
He gets, the first kill was made at 16 seconds, so you've got to think, you know, has he just hopped on the bomb? It's unlucky, I would say, for Arsteez. You know, people may have left it longer, but I thought he was playing it perfectly. He was sat in the corner, he was just waiting. But again, you know, Octane doing Octane things, my goodness. What have we got on our hands? I mean, I was never down, and I said you may as well start the CTF. It ends Luminosity's favor. Everything else really doesn't matter. Wow. Guys, do not go anywhere. After this quick break, we are going to be jumping into our CTF. Luminosity, they lose 5 straight rounds back to back, but they clutch up in round 11. If you missed the hard point, E-United came out strong, but Luminosity, they tie things up. Game 3 after this quick break.
My goodness, Seattle already has me almost speechless. We knew we were going to see some crazy things go down with Roster Mania. We saw some upsets at the beginning of the day, and now we almost witnessed a full sale. Absolutely insane. LG on the main stage up against E United. Guys, let's actually talk about what happened. So a little bit of behind-the-scenes information, right? In between game 2 and 3, that's when I go pee every time. That's what I do, as you do as a host. Now you know that's what you do. Benson does it, Miles does it, I do it. In between game 2 and 3, keep that in mind. So I'm on my way to go.
No, I know where you're going with this. This is important.
I'm on my way to go pee, and I'm like, okay, I got a couple minutes. I'm gonna go run back there, and I run out, and all of a sudden it's 5-0. By the time I get back to the desk, we're making a whole bunch of jokes, and then it ends in this, the play of the game, presented by Scuff. This is one of the craziest things, Chance, that we could have seen to end this series.
All right, so let's talk about it. We know Octane gets the first kill. The important thing is the time and how Arcitys reacts. Gets it right around 19 seconds, jumps up and sees the cross. Arcitys, it looks like he backs down, but obviously the cross happens at 16, 7.5 seconds to defuse, which means Arcitys has to check it at around 9.5. Arcitys checks it technically at the perfect time, but why not just watch the cross? Like, Octane's weak. Prestinni should be able to call that out. Just watch the cross. That way you get the guaranteed information. And best case scenario, you trade the kill and the round there. But instead, he played it for 0 information, and technically he gets the timing right. But at the same time, why even bother? Like, you really expect him to just hop on the bomb instantly. Like, Octane's concerned that he's going to get traded right away. So it's a bad play call, I think, in the end, and he should have just watched the cross to start. It's choke, obviously. At the same time, it's heartbreaking, right? Because, like, if you get 6-0, all right, whatever, map 3. But now it's a heartbreaker, and now you have to deal with that mentally. Like, it's a little bit tougher now for United.
Yeah, you almost made a little bit of history there as well. But at the end of the day, even if you're just looking at the clock there, on that bomb, Miles, I mean, I almost had a in-between game 2 and game 3 bodily reaction while watching that tick down.
I was going to say, you called it close with that one. I mean, really, dude, the timing on that one, it was a slight fumble. I think you called it, Chance, when he actually got to the bomb, and he really did push that down to the last second.
All right, well, let's jump straight into this. Obviously, this has been an absolute banger of a series. Keep posted on the bottom of your screen right now. Capture the flag. Luminosity is 12-0 on Arden Far CTF when JCap goes even or positive. So keep your eyes on JCap, even or positive. But casters, let's jump straight into this CTF.
I don't know where to place myself emotionally after what we've just seen. I mean, I think I need some form of counseling before I can actually cast this one, Momo.
We don't have that option, unfortunately. We're going to jump straight on into it. And if you're judging everything on JCap going neutral or positive, keep your eyes on that. It's a fun fact for sure. I mean, 12-0. However, flag's out and it's in the hands of Fellow. He's going to fall for now, but it's going to go straight into the hands of Prestinni. And what I really like about this, oh my goodness, they were going to run straight into him. Unfortunately for him, he's going to be closed down by 2. That flag will go in. And the point I was trying to make was Prestinni was always that player, that fast, aggressive player, which is going to be the one grabbing the flags. Now they've got Fellow. It's like double trouble. And it's going to be Clayster on a 3-kill streak. We've got Fellow working towards those streaks as well with that cap. And, sorry, Prestinni, I should say. Fellow's on your screen, doing damage.
This is a really solid push now from the boys. Oh, wow, Slack. I thought he was about to get Clay Pigeon shot out of the air there by Fellow, but Slack somehow managing to make that aerial encounter work for him. And I'm not talking about a fighter pilot. Clayster on your screen trying to watch that mid. He has the cuts covered, and if he sees anyone crossing over, that's going to be a bit of information to his team. But here comes the push. Luminosity now making their way forward. Prestinni taking care of one player. There's 2, though, through the mid street. And at this point, Clay's not necessarily the last line of defense, but he's about to hit those players dead on. If he can watch this, actually, this could be a big run for him. 3 kills in a row still. Oh, the timing has been beautiful. In from behind. John, you've got to make that one go down. Don't give him a chance to turn. And now Clay trying to get those streaks.
Working towards him. We know how good streaks can be on Arden Forest. CTF, it can end games literally 4-0. He's not died in over 90 seconds. Make it 100 right now as we're coming up to the 3-minute mark. He's going to reload. Arcitys shooting bodies at
Just making sure. Double tap. It's a good rule to apply in this situation.
Pushing forward, getting aggressive. He's going to spot Cap there. Back off wisely as he could just get tagged from the side. I think it was a grenade actually coming in, but United, interestingly enough here, they're just getting map control. They're not getting over aggressive. I like this style of play here. They have the lead. They're pushing Luminosity into a sense where they have to make their move.
Yep, here we go. Arcitys going to open this one up. Takes care of John. Not quite sure what happened there, but now he's dead. JCap again. You can see what happens when he's going even or positive, and right now things are looking up if you're a Luminosity fan, but United still with an early lead and a wonderful blistering start. The pace has already been set, and at this point, they're not quite as ferocious as they were to begin with. Pristini trying to make that work, but Octane in very familiar territory, Phil, as you called it earlier in the series. I mean, no one's getting Octane off of that cabin wall.
Especially with a PPSH at that range, like, that's borderline just silly. Like, you just don't do that. However, trying to make a push, he's going to be slacked through the middle. Clay still fighting for these streaks, and rightfully so. You know, I don't disagree with the playstyle that he's going for here. If he does get these streaks, you know, a glide. Oh my goodness, the snap from Pristini is going to find John 6 feet under for that one. 2 minutes left on the clock. Clay now, he's just going to find himself in the bunker, still working towards the streaks. But again, kind of the story of this, my goodness, just surviving with a dive there.
How's Clay still alive? How is he still going? Pristini's on a 3 streak as well now, and Clay, he's in the wrong part of town, and oh man, they took more than his wallet. Pristini now making his way forward for the flag, and we have Arstes trying to back him up in Ruins, and he's got to win 2 gunfights in a row now in order to keep this push happening. And oh my, Octane comes in and absolutely scoops both of them up. And he's working his way towards streaks now as well. That was his 5th kill in a row. Gifted the 2 of those as they were fumbling around there in the Ruins.
It just doesn't look right when Octane gets a kill with a PPSH. The kill feed just doesn't look right, but there you have it. You can pick 2 pieces up like any other. The STG, this is his weapon. And the glide bomb's coming in. This one's coming for Clay, and he's just trying to fend them off and secure this half victory, if you like, give them a little bit of breathing room. Octane backing down, he's working towards streak now. He should be able to find his 6th, there it is. And 1 more kill will secure that glide bomb, of course. The changing points is gonna find himself, get that glide bomb, but he's gonna find, or have to find, should I say, another kill for that artillery barrage. 45 seconds left on the clock, Miles, still 1-0 to United.
This is huge for Octane especially, again, even with that 1-0 at this point, if he can pick up those streaks, which he does indeed, that is going to be an absolute wrench in the plans of everyone for United going into the second half, and that's where things are going to be very, very crucial for them. Full streaks to work with. Oh, and potentially a flag grab as well. This is it. Can he keep it going? He can. Clay's down. 1 player to deal with in front. Perfect bit of cover work there from Octane. Now, he's going to keep... Well, I spoke a wee bit too soon. I thought he may have had that one, but regardless, the flag grabs, the streaks to work with. This is looking pretty good for Luminosity going into the second half.
They are down by 1. However, with 8 seconds left, just see if Pristini's going to go for a touch of this flag. He can do, but Octane way too wise for that as he's going to take him down. We're going to see the clock reset. Back to 5 minutes. We're going to flip those sides here. But of course, keep in mind 2 things, very important. Of course, United 1-0 up, but the streaks are in the hands of Luminosity. And if you're a stat man, just keep your eyes on JCap. Is he going positive? Is he going neutral? We'll see.
When you said Statman, I heard the Scatman song in my head pretty quickly. That came straight out. I was going to be bada boop, but I've decided not to. Here we go. Into the second half. Luminosity may be down, but you called it, Phil. Streaks to work with. That's almost a guaranteed cap. But one thing I do want to call out, they may have those streaks, but if the hard point is anything to go off of right now, Luminosity's streak usage is not particularly effective, and we can say that, especially on our dens here. And tell you what is effective, their use of tacticals. Right over the top there, Clay, though, managing to find that kill. So Octane desperately trying to make that push through the forest work. Shots in, does get completely cut apart there by Fellow as he's charging through mid. That was incredible. And Slacked takes good care of Clay there. And again, fast trades, quick and very clean between both teams as we go forward. And this is a United on defense. They're going to have to contest now with 2 players of Luminosity making their way forward, and Pristini's dug in through Main Street, and this could well pay off for him. Finds 1. 2nd on the turn. The snaps from Pristini on this map have been blinding, and he takes care of John and JCap there. Arstes now from behind. He may be able to find 2, and this is a great way to go forward for United. Well and truly into the base now of Luminosity.
And this is where you want to see Fellow Pristini get amongst that bunker here. Arstes pushing around, putting the pressure on, but Slacked digging his feet in, will find 1. 2 go down for LG. The question is, can they get that flag out? Octane's going to deny 2, and Pristini left all alone now. He's on a streak himself, so he might want to just work for these. If he can pick up a double, this would be so big for him. Spotted Octane. He knows where that second one is. Not got many bullets in the chamber, but he doesn't need many. It's Pristini, and he's running away with that flag. Fellow could be the savior if he can pick up 1. Not going to happen. Oh, and that flag's going to go down. We're going to see a return on that, and the fighter pilot actually used here, I think, a bit preemptively. We're going to see United spawn up and actually evade that. Good timing for them. However, it's going to remain at 1-0.
Here comes the offensive now from Luminosity. Streak usage once again, not exactly proving to be the most efficient. That really didn't do a whole lot from Octane, and now He's sticking to what he knows, and that's just running his way through the members of the United. 2 dead now. As you can see, the blue arrows making their way forward, charging in with Slack now, going one-on-one against Clayster. The battle on this side of the map is going to be big shots are in. Clay does manage to seal the deal there. Closes that kill, and now Octane has a chance to come forward. And here we go. John's first in. Best dressed, flag on his back, and he's made his way out now. He does have a little bit of help from his friends. Slack, meanwhile, taking care of the players on the back end. Octane using streaks to take care of those on spawn, but Clay running mountain is not to be found. Clay's done it again. He slowed this push down. Can he get a return out of this? Possibly. Beautiful work there defensively from E-United.
But at the end of the day, the time is ticking and the score is sticking. 1-0 right now for E-United, and they're pushing forward. They're going to be into the bunker with only 2 alive for Luminosity here. Cap and Slack, they're on the defense here, and they're going to do everything that they can. John and Octane picking up a kill apiece right now. But all this defense is all very well and good. They need to find a point themselves. But E-United keeping the pressure on.
2 minutes, plenty of time to do it. 2:10 to work with. Fellow now. Flag grab, out and about. Look at that backwards dive. Straight down the stairs, and a kill on JCap. He gets a 10 from me from that play, and now he's going to be taken care of there regardless. 4 kills in a row, but this is great work now. The aggressive play coming out, and there's actually an artillery barrage. Another one straight on top of the flag. They can't return it themselves, and here comes E-United. They're going to be able to take advantage of this. Luminosity have just shot themselves in the foot with an artillery barrage. Flag's still out. Cap's got tagged. Fellows come out with streaks now. Oh my good God, this has not worked out for Luminosity.
There's one player chasing. It's going to be John. He's trying to hunt down that flag runner. It's going to be Prestini. He's going to be shot from behind, but he's safe. He's dry. He's home, and it's 1:30 on the clock. And you've got to think about Luminosity. They put an artillery barrage on their own flag. You know, I don't disagree with it. Of course, the pressure was on at the given time, but it doesn't work out for them. And now, with only just 60 seconds left on the clock, E-United are looking to take this CTF.
Arcides holding the line as best he can. Fellow also gets taken care of now. Slack's got the flag out. He can get 1 out of this potentially. JCap doing work. Slack's all over the halfway mark now. Prestini desperately trying to get that kill on him. Tags him with an aid, but he's not going to be able to make this work. He's just been duped. He's pulled him the wrong way, and this is going to be a flag for Luminosity, and here come the plays from E-United through the cabin side of the map. John now hunting down Prestini as well. If he gets this player out, he can maybe be able to make another play out. There's 45 seconds left. They need to keep going forward. LG can't hold back now. The clock is not on their side, and it's working. Slack's got 2, 3 dead. Arcides last player left in the middle of the map now. Players will spawn now from E-United. 30 seconds left. Flags out.
That's a huge 2-piece from Arcides. What it does enable him is to go through ruins. He's not actually needed as Prestini handles business there. 25 seconds. Flag returned. Luminosity, they need to get a touch on that flag, but you see Prestini locking things down. Fellow locking things down on the base, as well as Clays to put it on the attack. Is Prestini coming in from behind? He's actually going to pull. No, he's not going to pull this, and wise decision, because if he does, all that's going to do is add the extra time on Clayster. He can't allow it to go. He finds the 2. There is going to be a flag pull from either team. This is not over yet. It is not done. We're going to this extra time. 60 seconds put on the clock. Arcides finds 1. Supporting the teammate. It's only Slack running straight through the middle. We're going to have a stalemate here, Miles.
50 seconds to work with that stalemate, and we may see it go all the way. Fellow somehow finding Octane there in that close range engagement, and now Slack still has flag. Flag's been traded out. JCap with 1, John with another. Can he get the return? RC's holding the line, shots in over the top. Can he find John as well? Oh my word, John with the PPSH. 30 seconds, can't get the return. Prestini finds him. Slack needs to back up now because those players who he thought were going to get the return aren't. Octane somehow taking care of another one there. They're just lining up for him.
Fellow gets away with the flag, and now they can play hide and seek almost. They're just back in their base with 20 seconds left. All of LG have to push. It's going to be inevitably a 3v4 at any given time. Arcides is going to fall. Octane on the push. 10 seconds left. The second goes down, and now he starts to put the pedal to the metal. Fellow's in trouble. 5 seconds remain. The 2 players go back to back. We're going to see the flag remain. John from behind is just running away. The dive is going to secure it, and we're going to see E-United take the map. But my goodness, what a series we have on our hands, Miles. Another nail-biter.
This has been an absolutely crazy series, to say the least. Every single map. I mean, Miles, you look like you're about to have a heart attack half the time.
That was nuts. It comes down to like 2 engagements at the end there where they could possibly got the return, and I was just watching Slack's arrow, and you know the comms are going through, they're like, get on the flag, we're going to make the return happen here. And if they get that engagement, it's possible. They had the numbers on the flag to maybe get a return out of it, but look, man, when you clutch up on your flag in that moment, that's how you stay alive. United live to fight another day.
Chance, what was the deciding factor for you in that map?
The first 8-9 minutes of the game where United got that 2-0 lead. The thing that kind of threw me off was just when LG, like, what was the situation? About, 30, 40 seconds left. LG just has to get the flag touch just to get the extended time. And we have, who was it? Bristini, like, overextending, like, purposely not taking gunfights to go for, like, the sneak pull, but, like, he doesn't need to. The goal isn't to get more flags. You already have the lead. The goal is to stop them from touching your own flag. And so left his teammates in the 3v4. So that allowed things to get interesting, but either way, they got the win in the end, right? So it doesn't matter, but it's kind of similar to what we saw in that round 11 for the S&D just before. Like, if they just do one thing just a little bit smarter, then they could have had the 3-0 in theory, but obviously the roster change seems to be going well. Felony's doing a pretty good job for the team.
Yeah, definitely. Let's shelf that for just a little bit. We'll be jumping back into that series when it is ready. But let's take a peek at FaZe Clan versus Echo Fox right now. Echo Fox, another team that's made a roster change, and Chance, it's looking pretty good here.
I mean, I think, what was it? Nameless was saying, like, back on his podcast he had a week or so ago that he thinks that Echo Fox actually benefited the most from the roster change, and so far so good, right? Like, it seems to be paying off. Of course, right now on Forest, things aren't working out too well, but obviously it is very early on.
So we do trading shots, right? Maven, Benson, and myself, and the entire point of that show is to argue. And we all 100% agreed that Echo Fox probably had the best roster change. But FaZe Clan, Phil, this is a team that's been looking really good. I mean, they have just about the biggest win you can have this year at Stage 1 at the playoffs, and that is also the most recent thing in World War II history.
Yeah, the most recent thing. They've got the biggest win, the biggest prize pool, all the confidence in the world. Priest is on a 7th Street, Replay's on a 6th. Things are looking good right now. However, don't ignore the score at the top. Of course, we're just jumping on board, but Echo Fox lead this series 2-1. Even though FaZe are just dominating right now, Priest is destroying here on a 10 streak. But again, this just spells another game 5 for me, and we'd have it no other way as casters, as analysts. It's great to see.
We're going to be jumping out of this game to get back to Alpha, but I was walking around the venue, just talking to everyone who's here. Seattle's been an absolutely phenomenal crowd, and it's only Friday. And we were talking about MVPs, me and a few guys who I just met, and we basically were talking about what if we did an MVP for the entire year. And right now, I actually think my MVP for the entire year would probably be Priesta.
That's a... Excuse me, I'm choking.
I'm serious. I'm serious. For me, it would be Priesta.
That wasn't a joke, I was actually joking. That's a really interesting call, dude, because Priesta from like Dallas onwards, I mean, when you go way back to the start of the year, it's actually been a great Call of Duty for him generally. Like, that's when he's really come onto our radars, and we've all gone, hey, this Priesta kid's pretty good. And that can be said since the start of the season.
All right, Phil, I'm not even going to ask you who yours is going to be. Let's just jump into the next series. It's E United versus LG. E United going to be leading here. It is 2-1.
I love it, Rich. Absolutely love it. We're going to be jumping back on board now. Hardpoint as we see FaZe obviously dominating Echo Fox, more than likely going to a game 5, but we've just seen crazy stuff in this series alone. LG, they are behind here, but we're going back to Hardpoint. We've seen how dominant they can be. And coming into this one, E United, let's see what Fellow can bring to the table on Gibraltar. Beautiful stuff from Octane. That won't be the last time you hear me say that, as now pushing forward, they're looking to get these spawns, Miles.
Oh, see how we go. JCap, he's far forward now, trying to cut those players off as they move in from spawn, and so far, so good. John picks up one, Octane finds another, and Slack's in position now. JCap, he could abandon that position, and now he's rotating around to the other side of the map. He can see where those players are spawning now. They're spawning up towards that turret side. Arstes, though, coming in, taking care of business. He gets rid of Octane. Clay finds Slacked as well. So this is a little bit of back and forth between the two. This is now a very important fight for the next set of spawns, and that's Arstes now, and he's stuck in between two members of Luminosity. If you can find the kill out of this one, that'd be huge, but really, he knows this is a gunfight that he's not going to win easily, and look, Fellow's going to be there to pick up the pieces, but JCap already in position. Slack takes care of him. Luminosity have played this start incredibly well. Fort Courtyard's going to be all theirs.
We're going to see Slack get up close and personal with the PPSH. Not needed, as Arstes going to shoot his brother in the back. And we're going to see him take out Slacked as well, but now they can put the pressure on the top side of the minimap. JCap rocking that STG. Trying to lock down Gold, also the stairs on the right-hand side, but Clayster having that 1v1 battle at the moment, though. LG coming out on top.
LG looking very well, still in control of the hard point at this stage, and let's hear what their comms are like, where they're in the lead. Luminosity with a quick Astro listening.
Points, I get points.
And Dirt, you
I got streaks.
might go there.
One go. I got 2 streaks. I didn't get the fight.
Got rock. Absolutely, you should die.
Front hill, front
So
hill.
weak.
Alright, push up.
You got streaks, right?
Yeah, I got a glide and a mortar. Got time. Good time.
I got native spiral. I'm one shot. I'm hitting new.
Top right window.
I'm jumping out of here, sir.
Top right window weak. He's to the left.
I naded it.
He ran away.
I
I walled him a bunch. He ran all the way around.
I'm helping you guys. Come on.
Okay, closet. Low green.
Drop trickster, Cap. You can drop trickster.
We drop a glide here?
Yeah, go for it.
You two
actually, stun Necroc. Actually, stun Necroc.
One steps, probably.
Alright, I'm going.
I hit him by cave. I hit
one cave, one back, useless, one closet, one turret.
Try to get a
Turret dead, I got one. I'm absolute.
Go, yeah, I'm trying to
kill useless.
Oh, closet. He ran back in the closet, press.
I got one cave.
Spawn out, there's split.
One back, one more turret.
You'll be Roxing, guys.
In the back. He's one shot, Cap. Outskirts.
Front closet, two front closet, both are weak closet. There's another one front.
Alex here, one closet.
Three closet.
Fire. One hill.
I hit him with
Bridge, absolutely.
One bridge dead. I'm close to more streaks.
Another one closet, but never kill the guy closet.
Closet. One more close, Alex. Nice. I'm one off a fighter again.
Top got hit it. Going down white steps, Tyler.
I hit him with a stun front. Yo, go on top spiral, I think.
Tyler's mid steps to new.
Well, low rocks.
Alright,
Tyler's on new.
On full flank, one's middle. Clay's well. I'll kill him.
He's one shot. I challenge him. Alright, I'm going.
Where'd you spawn?
I'm in cave.
I have a mortar and a glide. Gold Alec, one bullet. Mortar and a glide only is all I got. One's low left rock.
Are you in cave?
I'm new, yeah.
Okay,
One's on
cave. Hang on, I'm coming.
One's mid steps, I think.
You could drop here, Cap.
I got full streak.
Nice, drop.
I'm calling fighter.
Go.
Cap for him.
I'm calling fighter. Go. Flank ladder if you can. I can call him out. Hill, one cave. Hill guy. Hill guy dead. One low arch.
I spawn closet. Cave behind. I spawn closet.
Low green, one shot, low green. He taking one more. One top ladder.
I'm flanking cave. You should be good.
I'm flanking gold.
Go to hill. Yeah, you're good. Go to hill.
Alright, gold right now, Clay. Gold right now.
Hill. Nice. One more hill.
On my left. Left side, dead. I got
Yo, gold.
Right.
One shot.
Alec, one shot on hill.
I need the backside of it.
Go middle.
Alec was absolute.
One's low green. Green hill dead.
In this.
Look at mid steps. I don't see anything mid steps.
Over you, John.
One's middle.
I got Alec and hill.
Alright,
Clay still middle.
Late. I spawned
Low green.
I got naded. There's two more hitting that. There's two more hitting that.
There's another one low green.
Luminosity lead and JCap starting strong here, but we are seeing United battle back here on the turret hardpoint. We're going to be going to our second rotation very soon, but a 50-point lead here for Luminosity. Claystead looking to get back into this one.
Here we go, Clay. You want to make something big happen for your team. 4 kills in a row for him. Streaks are very handy. And speaking of streaks, this one's got Clay's name on it, but Octane takes care of it before that can. JCap now continuing his monstrous start. He's going 13-3. He's been a key pillar of the success here of Luminosity as they're taking care of the spawns, and their time on the hard point is relatively evenly spread between the most of them. JCap doing a lot of work regardless. Octane, somehow managing not to take care of that kill, and he is going to be pushed out there. With that kill done, again, no more streaks for him, but JCap's still got mortars to work with. And it's an absolute massacre here in Pit Center at the moment, and it's not really been terribly profitable for either side. Luminosity now finally in control. Arsty's taken care of there. Cap does get eliminated, and here comes a play from United. They need to get in there as quickly as they can. 15 seconds left, but the high ground, you see, is in full control there by LG.
Yeah, and the thing LG did so well on the previous rotation was completely, take over the Pit Center and obviously rotate round to the courtyard. This time, it looks like United had that courtyard pretty much locked down, but as 2 players do fall, they're still going to have that more favorable spawn on board with Felony. He's going to take down one. He's pre-firing the second, but not needed right now as Arstes finds number 2. Will find number 3, but unable to pick it up. Now LG looking for that pinch, but United still in control of the hardpoint and the spawns at this given time. That kill feed lighting up red only means good things for United. Looking to close it out in 3 if you're just jumping on board. United coming out with a very, very close CTF victory. Here we have a 25-point game, Miles.
I love to see this from the guys in United. I mean, watching the way Arsty's is playing right now, the way he's double challenging on low health and things like that, it just seems like it's the Arsty's of IW. It's the player we're just seeing break out, picking up a big tournament win and just playing with such confidence, such courage. And I want to see a little bit more of him from this one so far. He's going 15 for 15 and still LG with that lead. 10 seconds left on the courtyard. You can see those members of LG now moving their way through mid. All of United locked up, getting ready for the bridge road. And Clay is a ringing, but he's hanging on as best he can. And here comes the flip. Mortar Strike's going to be taking care of all those key positions where they know the players are going to be, but look, they've dug in. The shelters have provided just that, and Fellow is going to pick up 2. Pristini takes care of Slack with a nade, and Octane's made his way across that bridge, and here comes the push. All the members of LG now making their way up top, 2 via the bridge, 2 going over the top catwalk, and look at that, in from behind. Octane finds 2, he finds an opening, and he's managed to get John in as well, and now the floodgates are open. LG have just walked away with that one. Now they're in full control, and they've spawned E-United out. Momo, what just happened?
Just slaying power for Luminosity, the ability to break and just take down a whole squad at once within a matter of seconds. It's no surprise at this point LG is so strong at that, but Pristini and company trying to answer back. Interestingly, Pristini's going full rotation right around the back of the hard point still, fighting for those 15 seconds. We'll see how that works out for him, but Nevertheless, the one thing that we took, and the stat line, if you like, for that capture the flag, a little bit of a fun stat, shall we say, was if JCap goes neutral or positive, they usually win. Of course, 12-0. He didn't. They lost. However, JCap is now a positive 10. Does that tell the story for Hardpoint? We'll have to see. Turret Hardpoint is now underway. 50-point lead for Luminosity.
JCap again, peeking out over the top. Lovely shots, but Slack with a perfect pinch. The timing on that was good, but the guns were all over him, and they've cut him to pieces. Now Arcites, the snake in the grass, and he gets absolutely stepped on there. Octane now taking care of one. John and JCap with kills aplenty. So now we have LG back in control. Oh, and it's a fist fight, and Clay comes out on top there, fighting dirty as he brings his gun out there in that last final moment. And once again, the pushes are just being halted left, right, and center by Luminosity. There's not a weakness in the armor. There's no holes in their surveillance, and at this point, Arcites is in. He's got to get his teammates in position now to contest as quick as they can. 2 for John. He's hanging in there. This is big, but it's not quite big enough as Luminosity once again retain control of turret.
And that's another 12 seconds of scrap they're going to pick up. Octane's in a nice position here to try and find anyone, but Pristini too wise for that one. If United need to, get back into it, I feel Fellows got to step it up here. Aiden 22, not good enough. I know he's got a minute of hardpoint on the time for his team, but that slaying power needs to be more. It needs to be better, but right now, LG are giving him no hope, no prayer, as Clayster up top takes down John. And again, that 50-point lead is still present.
You see from the look on Octane's screen here, I mean, the angles he's finding and the kills he's picking up at this point is doing a hell of a lot of work now for his team. And Clay's on that hard point. Can't quite seal the deal, can't quite pick up that kill, and now we have him over the top. Octane's still alive, shots are in. Arcites applying as much pressure as he possibly can to the bleeding here on a United, but it's just too much at this stage. Luminosity still about to break 190. They're only 10 points away from 200 now, and Clay, he's doing the best he can. His teammates are now coming in off spawn, but as you can see, that pressure being applied. LG just unable to relinquish that control. We do have a couple of kills now, and United, they're not far out of this yet, but it's a big ask. Arcites, though, he seems to be rising to the challenge at 28 and 19, and Fellow now making a big play happen around the back end. This is important, but again, shut down by Octane. Octane, and 2 for Slacked. Why not? Because this is just LG's map. This has got Game 5 written all over it, Momo.
Yeah, it most certainly has, and you know what? Arcites is putting an absolute shift in, but it's not enough right now, as we see an absolute sweep here. That is a wipeout. E-United go down, and Luminosity, they're looking to find 250. They're pushing on, they're pushing forward. John's just having fun here in the middle. He's going to come up against 3 of United. But now Octane taking that tower position as Luminosity. This whole time, this whole battle that's going down, LG, they're just reaping the rewards here as the time is ticking away. All they need, 25 seconds.
United have seemed really close to them in this matchup. It hasn't been such a blowout, but it just seems like Luminosity are just playing this without any effort. There's no sweat, there's no worry. There's no issues with them regardless, and they just seem to be making everything work out. And the only thing they haven't really made work out so far is streaks, and yet again, seems to be their curse here against the United. And we'll see if they can't make it work without them. Fort Courtyard still in control of Luminosity, 246. They can win it on this next one, Castle Road. They broke the last Castle Road clean in half. Octane now, and John making their way in through the top end. Clay from behind picks up 2. That's a wonderful way to make it work, but JCap's managed to infiltrate the back lines. He's now in. If he can get on that point, he can't. He's taken care of. Slack, though, is there to quite literally pick it up. 3 players across the bridge, finds 1. And Octane's there to help out as well. The contest, the final few moments, Luminosity need 1 more point, and we're going to Game 5.
You wouldn't have it any other way. LG, they were dominant in the hard point, to say the least. Fellow started slow here, but a well-rounded team effort for Luminosity. I've got to say, JCap in the middle section of that hard point was phenomenal, but overall, a very dominating Gibraltar hardpoint. Again, this is a team roster swap, obviously, for United, still adjusting to the map and mode.
You've got to be saying, though, it's a good adjustment. They're looking exceptionally strong. United, a team that we've known to be quite streaky in terms of their performances, a lot hot and a lot cold. And so far, they're looking a nice warm. It's not so tepid. It's a little bit more warm, right, Momo?
It most certainly is. However, we've got another Search and Destroy coming up after this. If you missed the first one, it was around 11, but that doesn't tell the whole story. E-United, Luminosity, coming up against each other after this quick break.
You have joined us right in time for a Game 5 up on the main stage. It is LG up against E-United. We have gone the distance in this series, and it has been back and forth. Very exciting maps all around, but now we need to put our focus on the final game mode. And Chance, you're one of the best men to do this. We got to talk about the performance throughout the day in this game mode for LG.
For LG, you said? Yeah. For Search and Destroy? I have no idea. I didn't watch the first series. For E-United, though, I know that they got destroyed the first time they played Search and Destroy, and then the second time, obviously they found themselves down 5-0, almost made the bounce back, but that's like the point of discussion, right? Like when you get a new roster swap, a new player on your team, you got to figure out your roles. And for Search and Destroy, it's the least scrimmed game mode by far. So it's more if teams kind of talk about it. So the question is how comfortable is Felony going to be? Because like, think of that Valkyrie. There was a point where he was like 10-9, and the rest of his team combined had like 3 kills. They were just on completely separate pages, right? So of course, going in this map number 5, you got to think of how fast can they make these adjustments? Because on Texas, it could be one of those things that Felony's just done the exact same thing Prestinni has done all year. We simply don't know how difficult those adjustments are going to be to make, but they got to be able to do them quickly.
All right, we're going to jump straight into this one. All tied up, Game 5. This will decide it. Who's going to win? Is it going to be E-United or LG?
Ooh. Game 5. All the way, Phil. What a series this has been. Pool play is always the craziest, right? Am I right in saying that? Except for some grand finals, which are all sorts of madness. But this one has been an absolute saga.
Okay, well, let's kick things off with the snipers. Clayster, Octane. Before we saw the battle of Jordan Zero, and there goes the arm of Octane. You'll think twice about peeking that corner. Another time as Clayster finds the first blood. You saw the stat line. It's all about Prestinni when it comes to first blood and Search and Destroy, but right now, Clay kicks things off here as Arsty's up close and personal with the STG. And again, just edging our way into this. Beautiful shots from Felony. And again, I want to talk about Fellow and his S&D. We've seen time and time again how much of a strong presence he can have on a squad with that PPSH. And right now, it seems to be working for him.
You see the positioning now from all the members of United. They managed to make their way forward. Clay almost managing to get a third dead, but you know what? Prestinni does it. And look at that, the collapse from all those members of United as they fold upon the top of Luminosity and just nail that round. It's actually Fellow. You see, he's having fun, man. He's fist pumping and smiling and having a great time, and so he should be. He's on the main stage at CWL Seattle.
He's a character, Felony, and that's what we love about him. You know, he's always one to express his emotions. And it looks like, again, he's the one kind of directing the play. Maybe it's just between him and Prestinni, those SMGs. But I like to see not only just joining the team and being shy and being reserved, he's getting in there, he's getting stuck in. And already, E-United lead 1-0. And Fellow, let's not forget, even when they were losing 5-0 on Valkyrie, he still had like 9 kills. It was ridiculous. He fights his way back into it, and of course, we find themselves in game number 5. John and JCap combined for the double this time. As E-United, they're going to be stuck in deep water right now.
Well, Luminosity with a distinct advantage to start this one off with 2 dead already, and Clay just unable to find another one there, and here comes the push. They're going to envelop on top of Clay, but Arcees actually takes care of Slack, so that's going to slow down the push here from the members of LG. Oh, Arcees has just managed to catch Octane throwing that nade, and he's going to be charged here immediately, but there's a fast trade. Clay now in a 1v2 situation. He's got one player behind him, and unfortunately unable to make his way around there into the control room, because that possibly could have opened up the avenue for a quick turn and a kill there. But John, hot on his heels, as you can see, and making short work of Clay.
Okay, well, round out the side here. There's John, already a champion this year, already an MVP. This guy's got accolades upon accolades, but can he find himself a victory here in pool play? The CWL Seattle versus E-United. So much more Call of Duty to watch, to play, to enjoy this weekend here. But right now, it's a game 5 between 2 top North American teams.
And boy, are they putting on a show for us. Octane versus Clayster so far in the snipe-offs. Clay with the 1 victory over Octane, yet to get a kill here, as you can see on your screen. But he's locked and loaded here. 2 players in the line of sight. If you can find one, Arsty's just a tiny bit more around that corner, and he may find himself taken care of. And Octane just whiffs the head. JCap now making his way forward. He's got the information the bomb's gone down. Nades are out. They're going to find tags. He will get the kill there on Fellow. That's huge. Incredibly important way to start this. Bomb's gone down, though. They've got 40 seconds to flush those players out and get the defuse. And they're going to try and make it work now.
One thing Fellow did do was get the bomb down before he died. Arsty's trading out. This is all good news for United right now as they have that bomb down. Octane and Cap trying to get around. I thought Cap may have seen one there, but bad timing. Octane only has a sniper. He's playing back and forth, but Clayster wins the battle. This time it's the pistols. And JCap with only 15 seconds. You've got to favor Clayster being a little bit cheeky behind the ventilation box there, as we're going to see JCap only drop. Both literally and to, of course, Clayster there, who picks up, I believe, his 3rd kill of the round. May have been his 2nd, but that machine pistol coming in clutch.
Perfect positioning, though. Again, the timing on his attacks. He makes those plays work, and again, just hiding down behind that little sort of box, just underneath the bomb site, lets that player make a move. He knows the clock's on his side, and he checks within perfect timing. And again, catching JCap there, cutting his streaks short. And now we go into that 4th round, E-United with the lead for the time being. And strictly business for Clay. He's usually quite an animated, a very vocal player, a very exciting one to watch, but now strictly business. 4-1 for him right now. He's really being the difference maker now for United. On Luminosity side of the board, Octane and Slacked yet to get a kill each. And here we go, round 4.
Prestini on your screens, but Fellow right beside him. This is what I've wanted. I've wanted Fellow and Prestini to kind of duo up here. And we're going to see a trade straight away. Arsty's bad timing for him as he goes back and forward, but he finds the kill. And again, trades galore. Clayster is now left in a 1v2, and he's got a sniper in hand. He's going to see him, but again, this should be the end of Clay. Bobbing, weaving. It's going to be attacked from both sides, and that's going to be the end for him around for Luminosity. We do see that chemistry starting to build between Prestini and Fellow. But this time it's LG who comes out on top. And again, we're going to reset that time. We're going to get back into this here. But I mean, early stages here, it's back and forth between the 2 squads. It couldn't be more different than the first S&D.
Tell me about it. Really. What a start. Pretty tight, pretty closely contested. Nothing really separating these teams apart from fate and fortuitous pushes. And here we go. Kills for Octane, kill for Slacked. 6-3 for JCap right now, and he's the hero for his team. Clay sitting quite far back on this one defensively. Or offensively, excuse me, as Prestini's made his way deep onto the site already, and he's now having to contest with a few players. And Clay, he may be out there, but he hasn't got kills out this one. But Prestini's taken that opportunity with open arms, and he's managed to get 1 kill, make it 2. Beautiful work here from him. Again, we discussed that his first bloods are essential for his teammates, and again, that position he managed to get 2 on the bomb there. And it's now back to a 2v2, Clay and Arsty's versus Select and John.
Good fire going down, and John coming up clutch there as his teammate was getting shot. But again, history repeating itself. Clayster 1v2, sniper in hand. It didn't end well last time, and it won't end well again. Is it a time to put the sniper away? That's the question here. LG starting to find a couple of rounds back to back, and we'll have to wait and see.
This thing with a snipe, if you're not making the most of it, you're really putting your team at a disadvantage. If you don't hit, you must acquit with that snipe. There's John on your screen. And on the right-hand side of the screen as well is also John. If we could just pan out and catch 2 Johns for the price of 1. I'm not sure if the cameraman can hear me, but that's unfortunate. Regardless now, round 6. Back on the offensive for Luminosity. These rounds have been very closely contested between both sides. And here we have it, Slacked in up top. Aggressive start. Hipfire finds 1. Fellow immediately answers back. And now John down low in the bowels of the ship. He's making his way up, and it's a bad taste in the mouth of Fellow as he gets taken care of again there. And here we have 4 kills in a row for John. This is a great way to start the round. Still 2-on-2, make it a 2v1. Clayster, last player left in his team, and indeed he has put down the snipe. STG out now, and this is it. Looks the wrong way before crossing the street, and that's another round for the boys of LG.
Another 1v2 again. It's just the numbers game right now, and LG is starting to figure it out. And guess who's on that final kill cam? It's John. Putting Clayster to bed for the 2nd time, back-to-back now. And LG, they had their troubles in that first search and destroy, and they've most definitely regained right now as we find themselves on USS Texas, Game 5. Are they going to close it out convincingly? Are they going to make it difficult on themselves? Clay did put the sniper away. He opted to put that in the back pocket for now, but we're going to see John get aggressive. I believe that probably is Slacked with him. It is. You got your tacticals, your lethals. Here they go. We've had a few rounds with very, very quick engagements coming in. Are we going to see the same?
found that Luminosity's successes are mostly coming in here around the cafeteria side of the map. They push in fast and they win those doorway engagements, and especially when they win those, you know, it opens up the outside of the map because they know that they've just cleaned out the innards of the ship. They know they can address their attention elsewhere, and John doing a wonderful job staying alive and still streaks to work with if he can find a few more kills. Pristini now, potential for an attack on the site. Fellow with bomb on the right-hand side of the map. On that starboard side of the ship, up top now. Arstes and Fellow making their way towards the site. Fellow's going to be going down, but those shots in overhead tell you that Luminosity know he's there. They know the bomb's going down, and they're going to have to cover him on the way out. And a very light feathering of the trigger there from Clayster to not shoot his teammate. Beautiful work. Pristini now making a play, does manage to take care of Slacked, and that was almost a bit of a tragedy. And this is perfect work here from United. What a round. That was the first, really decisive round win we've seen come out of the boys of United, and got to see a few more of those from them.
Yeah, and the perfect time for them as well. You know, you let another round slip and 2 become 3 and it all gets out of hand. And we're not seeing any streaks, obviously, at this point. A lot of trades going down towards the middle of that ship, but Clayster trying to command his troops to a victory here. This would be huge as well, bearing in mind, obviously, the current standings of their pool is a little bit interesting, to say the least, right now. But LG still in the lead, only by 1. Clayster is rocking that sniper once again. Maybe he got a little bit more confidence back from that round victory. See if it works out for him.
Pristini and Clay getting up that port side of the ship towards that B-bomb site, and John dicing with death right now. They managed to take care of Pristini, and that's important. It's crucial in picking up those first bloods. Statistically, it makes a difference, and Octane now playing the space perfectly. Look at that. Isolating Clay's angle. Ooh, Clayster though. Happily finding that one, and now he's going to be picked up as he jumps from the top of the ship. Arstes now in a tough situation. 2v1, finds one. Can he run for this? He can't get around the corner quick enough to wascally web it, and that's it. Luminosity. Match point.
Match point, and again, it's that 2v1s. LG just seems to have that numerical advantage time and time again. It's working out for them. USS Texas seems to be more favorable for LG right now, as Cap trying to get another victory under his belt. Game 5 is where it's going to be settled here. United, they need to win 3 rounds back-to-back, but judging by the first search and destroy, it's doable for sure.
Distinctly possible. Can United clutch up when it matters, though? And this is it. They've got to make this work. Slacked watching the inside. He's in up top deck on the comms, and Octane now on the right-hand side of the map. Clayster downrange. It's going to be another snipe off. In this position from Octane, you've got to love it. Clay lined up, takes care of him, and that is 1 of 4 now for United. Their chances dwindling. Their odds set against them. 1 minute left on the clock.
You look at the first blood interactions as well. It's 6-3 to Luminosity. Will it end that way? As again, we see a 4v3. They seem to play the numbers so well. Slacked and John always combining, always ready for the trade. Fellows up close and personal by the bomb. Arstes maybe with a call out, and here he goes. Fellow drops down, but the snap comes in for John, and the 4v3 becomes 4-2. Arstes leveling the playing field a little bit here now. But again, sniper in the hand of Octane. Quick scope onto Arstes, and now Pristini all with a 1v3. I tell you what, Octane, that was ambitious, but you've got the teammates to back him up, and that is going to be round to Luminosity and game, set, and match.
Beautiful, beautiful work there by LG. And, I get to talk to Alec quite a bit. And in particular, he talks about his player matchup against Octane. It's a big thing to talk about. He feels like Sam has continued to get the better of him. And when we actually look at these teams match up, obviously the roster change has come in. United has a